I'm here in Washington, D.C. at Americans for Generational Equity with its Executive Director, Paul Hewitt. Paul, you're an expert on aging demographics and you've written a lot about what's likely to happen in the future. Could you elaborate on that for us?
Well, we're going into a period where there is going to be immense fiscal pressures. We have just come out of a period where these pressures were dramatically lower than they are going to be in the future. We, over the last 20 years, have added 6 people to our workforce for every new senior citizen. By the 2020s, we will be adding 9 new senior citizens for every new worker. And so all of the forces, the demographic forces, which have made the rise in Social Security and Medicare spending tolerable because it could be distributed over so many new workers for the last generation, is now going to turn in reverse and become much, much more burdensome for those who follow us. So Americans for Generational Equity is very concerned about the enormous liabilities we have left this next generation. These liabilities amount to about $233,000 per person, and if you were to simply allocate them according to the tax burdens in the United States, for the top 20% of taxpayers, a threshold that starts at around $70,000 and up, the allocation of burden could be somewhere around $800,000 per person over the course of their working life. And so we are facing this next generation with a huge challenge, and it's going to be up to all of us to try and address it together.
Paul, would you say that this has ramifications for the importance of planning for long-term care among other retirement issues?
I think that in the future, every generation is going to have to do a lot more to carry its own burden in life, to pay for itself rather than expect its kids to pay. There are just fewer kids, and the burdens are much higher. And so, yes, we ought to come up with every way we can to effect this through saving.
Paul Hewitt, Executive Director of Americans for Generational Equity. Thank you for your time.